Things that show up to your frame on a keto weight loss program. Recall South Seaside? Do not forget Atkins. Those diet crazes might also have died away, however, of their vicinity as the ketogenic or keto plan. It's miles, in essence, the same as the one's archaic diets in that it critically limits carbs, which will push the frame into rapid fat burning. The keto weight reduction plan replaces carbs with fats, which on the floor sounds top-notch. However, in fact it's miles pretty restrictive, and a few dieters have said that they had trouble ingesting as good deal fat as they had been presupposed to. Even though the keto eating regimen simply works with regards to weight reduction, there are aspect consequences. Here's what happens to your frame whilst you do it. Fundamentals of the ketogenic weight reduction plan permits begin with a quick description of what the diet involves. It is predicated on a process called ketosis. That's when your body makes use of fat for its everyday gas in preference to its preferred source, carbohydrates. While you starve your body of carbs, it turns instead to dietary and stored fats for electricity. This kingdom is referred to as ketosis. Ketosis will, in reality, motive weight loss. But it does that by way of pushing the frame out of its consolation area and into its backup mode. Burning saved fat is a failsafe mechanism that is meant to carry the body via intervals of hunger, but due to the fact our modern diets have in reality passed the calories we evolved to anticipate, we now recognize we can use that failsafe to our advantage. Since it is not the frame's preferred manner of doing matters, but there are a few side consequences. Maximum is simplest temporary, however, regardless, the general public locates that they can't stick to keto for all time due to the fact its miles very restrictive. Carbs are found in greater than simply bread. You'll also want to eschew all sugary meals, inclusive of cakes, juices, and sodas, all fruit besides for a nibble of a berry occasionally, beans and legumes, potatoes, and different root vegetables, and of direction pasta and rice. Upload alcohol to the no-no list. Still with us? Okay, on to the outcomes of following the keto weight loss plan. Facet effects of ketosis: 1. A drop in insulin levels whilst you eat a median food plan that incorporates greater carbs. Your insulin stages are better because insulin is the chemical that processes glucose and makes it to be had to the cells as gasoline. When your body has shifted into ketosis, insulin degrees plummet because it is little for it to do. The idea is that with less insulin present, fatty acids are greater effortlessly launched from fat tissue for use as gas. A ketogenic diet may be encouraged for humans with diabetes because their bodies are unable to successfully use insulin to system glucose besides. In some cases, going into ketosis lets in a diabetic to stop taking diabetic medicines, or to reverse the problem of insulin resistance. 2. Less hunger for the day. The keto eating regimen asks you to consume plenty of protein and fat, which is pretty filling. Even as carbs function rapid burning gas, protein and fats collectively take a long term to digest. That should hold you feeling satiated among food. Furthermore, scientists assume that the extended ketone levels in your blood play a position in suppressing the starvation centers to your brain. Cravings may also decrease for that reason, however, we make no guarantees. Giving up all candy treats may be a struggle, especially due to the fact we regularly eat them no longer because we're hungry, but because we want to feel satisfied. 3. Contamination and soreness. Take into account that burning fats for regular gasoline is not your frame's preferred method. Throughout the length of adjustment to ketosis, you may revel in what folks are calling the keto flu. Much like the normal flu, you may experience a few mixtures of nausea, muscle cramps, joint aches, complications, and fatigue. You may probably begin to revel in those signs and symptoms within the first few days of your new eating regimen. If you want to take an afternoon or two off paintings, strive no longer to let slip that you gave this flu to yourself. Signs must subside within every week or so. 4. Terrible breath. All people who paint their nails will understand the distinct scent given off by way of a frame in ketosis. One of the ketones our bodies, the liver, will produce is acetone, the main component of nail polish remover. This scent can be detected at the breath of many people on keto diets. It doesn't affect each person, so you might be lucky in this regard, but it's far still smart to maintain a few sugar-loose breath mints or mouthwash reachable. 5. Constipation. Any primary alternate inside the meals you eat is likely to throw your digestive gadget into chaos for a chunk. Within the identical way that long-time vegetarians get sick if they are attempting to eat meat, appreciably decreasing carbs in prefer of extra protein and fat takes some getting used to. Moreover, while you narrow out all fruit and grains, you'll be getting much less fiber, consequently, constipation. The advocated Restore as a low-carb fiber supplement and a bump in the amount of water you drink. 6. Fatigue. At some point in the transition to ketosis, you can experience fatigue that lasts longer than the flu we talked about in advance. If you are feeling continually weak and draggy during this time, it's fine to reduce on your ordinary workout habitual and get some greater sleep. Sooner or later though, you may discover that you could grow the intensity of your exercises and experience even more productive ketosis. 7. Weight loss. As we stated, the keto weight loss plan does work. One study shows that humans on a ketogenic weight loss program can probably lose 2.2 times greater weight than those who observe a low-fat diet. Everybody is exclusive, and results will vary primarily based on starting weight and whether or not you also exercising. However, uncommon parents lose anywhere from 2 to 10 kilos of water weight within the first week. After that, anticipate a slower, sustained loss of 1 to 2 kilos in line with week. As you attain your purpose weight, the loss will gradually down and eventually stop. However, you won't gain the weight back if you stay at the weight loss program. If keto sounds fascinating to you, move in advance, and supply it a strive. Now, not everyone reports the identical depth of food plan associated signs, so that you are probably one of the lucky ones that sail via. The general public finds that the keto eating regimen is too restrictive to preserve all the time and that they progressively return to a greater balanced food plan after accomplishing their goal weight. Ensure to reintroduce carbs slowly, simply because it challenged your frame to cut them out. Gaining knowledge of how to use them again may additionally take some time. You may in all likelihood additionally see a few weight return, but if you could hold yourself off the sweet stuff and hold to eat fewer carbs than you do protein, you'll be in a lot higher form than before doing keto.